Good morning, Hurricanes. It's now 5 after the hour of 7 a.m. in the fruit basket. Hey, did you see the story in the papers this morning? They're saying that the old, creepy Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria is set to be revived. Yeah, seriously. Some angel investor has swooped in and bought the rights to the restaurant.
I guess we're going back to Freddy's.
Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is officially coming, and honestly, it's no shocker. With the game's deep, twisted lore, Blumhouse had plenty to work with for a sequel. The first 2023 movie brought Scott Cawthorn's nightmare-fueled video game world to the big screen, where Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria and those unhinged animatronics took center stage. And if you've been living under a rock and aren't caught up in the FNAF hype, just imagine the animatronics from your childhood birthday parties at Chuck E. Cheese going rogue. That's halfway to grasping the chaos of Five Nights at Freddy's. The first film nailed that creepy nostalgia for moviegoers flawlessly, thanks partly to big names like Matthew Lillard and Josh Hutcherson. And while the first movie didn't blatantly scream sequel incoming, it was pretty obvious there was more carnage on the horizon. Well, it's official now, as the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 animatronics are officially in the workshop gearing up to hit the big screen once again, and we've got all the latest for you right here. As the hype builds for the Five Nights at Freddy's sequel, we're finally getting some juicy behind-the-scenes content. And the latest brings a couple of sneak peeks straight from the game's official X account, showing off some BTS shots from Five Nights at Freddy's 2. The first batch gives us a glimpse of new masks being crafted by none other than the legendary Jim Henson Creature Shop. From what we can tell, it looks like they're working on the Toy Bonnie animatronic, because, of course, we needed more nightmare fuel. Then, they hit us with another drop, 4 pages from the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 screenplay. But plot twist, only one of those pages is legit, and the rest are pure red herrings to keep the plot under wraps. To make it even more fun, they didn't bother telling us which page is the real deal. Classic. If you've got any sneaky suspicions about which script page is legit, let us know in the comments. Even though Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is still a long way off, Universal and Blumhouse have dropped the release date. According to recent reports, the horror sequel is set to premiere on December 5th, 2025, just in time to spread that Christmas cheer. There's no word yet on whether it'll hit theaters, streaming, or both, but given the stacked competition that month, including Avatar Fire and Ash, it's definitely going to have to bring its A game. And of course, there's always a chance the release date could shift before we hit December 2025. As for the cast, nothing's officially confirmed, but some returns are pretty obvious. Josh Hutcherson, who played Mike Schmidt, seems like a safe bet for a comeback since he's been pretty open about the sequel. Matthew Lillard's character, William Afton, may have died in the first movie, but considering Lillard is already confirmed to be filming scenes for the sequel, we know he's back in the mix somehow. When it comes to the plotline for Five Nights at Freddy's 2, there's still not much solid information out there, but a few clues have surfaced. The ending and mid-credits scene of the first movie didn't reveal much. Honestly, the mid-credits moment with Balloon Boy felt more like a gag than a serious setup for a sequel. However, whether it was a playful nod to what's in store for the sequel or not, we're pretty confident it's not the last we've seen of him. That said, there are still some loose threads, like Vanessa's coma, which leaves her storyline feeling pretty unfinished. When it comes to the plotline for Five Nights at Freddy's 2, nothing concrete has been revealed yet. Aside from that, Five Nights at Freddy's 2 has a ton of potential, especially with how open-ended horror sequels can be. With the supernatural element in play, the sequel could take the story just about anywhere, and pretty much anyone could return in some new twisted form. And if the anticipation for FNAF 2 wasn't enough to keep you in a state of animatronic anxiety, rumors about FNAF 3 being in early development definitely will. Johnny Blocks, a journalist and content creator who specializes in all things Five Nights at Freddy's, mentioned that Blumhouse Productions and Universal Pictures are reportedly already getting to work on the third installment. This scoop comes from the infamous insider Daniel Richtman, better known as Daniel RPK. According to The Buzz, Five Nights at Freddy's 3 is still in its infancy, but if this info holds water, the team is likely already brainstorming the overall story and potential characters. They might even kick off some minor pre-production tasks to speed things along. But let's be clear, this is all just unconfirmed chatter for now, So we'll have to wait and see if Scott Cawthon's franchise makes a theatrical comeback with a third movie. The future of the project will likely hinge on how well the second film does when it hits theaters next December. That said, it's not far-fetched to think FNAF could have more than 2 movies. Before the first film dropped, director Emma Tammy expressed her desire to create at least a trilogy set in this universe. Plus, Matthew Lillard, who portrayed William Afton, revealed that he signed on for 3 feature films, and if that wasn't enough, there's even a rumor that the production company is eyeing a full-blown cinematic universe. Are you hyped for Five Nights at Freddy's 2? What do you want to see come to life on the big screen? Drop all your wild theories and thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more FNAF content and behind-the-scenes deep dives on the upcoming movie. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next one.